Robert was really, I thought, really good, and in particular, you know, taking the line drive off the hip in the third, and at no point in time did it become a concern. You know, and those are, you know, those can be fallback, you know, positions for guys to, you know, come out of a game or whatever. Not that I would you know, associate that with any of our guys, but you know, you can always kind of find a way to set yourself up if things don't go well and kind of have a fallback with an injury or something of that nature. I thought he handled himself unbelievably well. Built some street cred out there with the guys, and did a nice job coming off a tough loss for us yesterday, kind of righting the ship.
He's just, since he came back from the DL, he's getting so many swings and misses. I think he's in that span. He's like 4th among major league starters in whip rate. Is that just a sign that his stuff is getting crisper, especially the slider?
Well, I think it's the fact that he has a mix and he has secondary pitches he can throw for strikes behind in the count. You know, he really leaned on the off-speed stuff after the 3rd inning. I felt pretty heavily in the last 3 innings. A lot of splits, a lot of sliders, some really well-located fastballs, but it was a heavier concentration of off-speed pitches. But you know, if you can't throw that slider for a strike, and you've got to be sitting fastball every time you're behind in the count when you really have to have a strike, regardless of velocity, you know, again, the predictability factor comes into play. And I think he has now a myriad of pitches, a collection of pitches that he can throw over the plate. And you know, what a great sense of confidence when you know you're not constantly having to get yourself back into every count with a fastball. That tends to lead to a lot of hard contact, a lot of extra base hits, and a lot of runs.
Kind of the flip side of that, although he's fairly efficient today, but he's allowed some base runners and been able to avoid the damage. What's the next step to go from being able to get out of those jams because you can throw all those pitches for strikes to avoiding them in the first place?
Well, I think as much as we talk about the improved command, it's more improved command, and he's worked a lot on his delivery. He's spending a lot of time with Mac Jenkins working on the delivery, and I think that's really, I think he wants nothing more than to pound the zone with good quality stuff. And we're constantly working with the delivery to put him in a good position to deliver quality strikes. And we've seen improvement, and I think we'll continue to see that. But that's the growth part. The other part of it is knowing the league a little bit better, getting to know the hitters, and being able to put together those consistent pitches that are necessary to get those outs.
Nice to see him come back against a guy like DeGrom, especially after last night.
Yeah, you know, you get their best guy on day 3 in the series. It's 1-1. Also, may have gone unnoticed, but you know, if we lose that game, we have a sub-500 month at 14-15. We win the game, we're at 15-14, and for a team in our spot in the standings, it may not seem like much, but it means a lot, as we really want to build a trend going forward of good, positive, you know, successes. And it may seem, you know, small to most people, but 15-14 month for a team that struggled to win games a lot this year, it means something to all of us. So I was really happy he was able to crack off a nice win there against, you know, certainly one of the better pitchers in the league.
It's pretty easy to trace this month's record to the better starting pitching you've had from the Yankees.
Yeah, I appreciate you pointing it out, because it's kind of been the, you know, one of the glaring, you know, weaknesses of our team has been our ability to get consistent productivity out of a starting rotation that was really ravaged with injury this year. However, you know, Stephenson coming back off the DL, Romano, Castillo, the way he's thrown the baseball has been phenomenal. Now we have Malley up here. We'll get some of the other young guys off the AAA club over the course of early September, and would love to see everybody flourish in this month and make for some challenging decisions for the last couple of spots on our club in spring training.